Strafe is cute, isn't it?
Oh, okay, hold on. So real quick, the reason I don't think you would like EV training is because so each Pokemon can have a total of 500 and something EVs, and you can have 252 max per like for a stat. And so we'll say HP. And so what you have to do to EV train is you have to go and say we'll say I think Grimer might be, but I'm not sure. So you kill
Hmm.
one Grimer and you get one EV towards HP. So now you have to go and defeat 252 Grimers to max out your HP EV. And that's just one. You still have 252 other EVs to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
so
get
it's
what you mean.
it's
So you want to fight the same Pokemon over and over again,
yeah.
basically.
Now on once you get I don't know about Gen 8, but in Gen 7 there's actually an island that you can just leave them on and it takes like 16 hours and it'll give you 252 EVs whatever stat you want to put it in.
Oh, okay.
So, it's really easy in Sun and Moon, but okay. Oh, here we go. You said I am AFK.
You're, yeah. I don't know what you were doing.
Huh. Even huh, that's weird. I did come back in time, like I don't know why I didn't put a shield up. Alright. I'm just gonna go at 1 time speed until the fight breaks out and then I'll timestamp it. Actually, hold on. So hold on, let me pause. Sorry. So we're running double shield with the Pharmacy Hanzo on defense, with the Baptiste double shielder. We're running now with the double shield Farah. Sorry, Pharmacy with Bap and Sombra. What? Well, don't sleep with the blankets. Kick the blankets off of you. Okay. If it's hot, I'll go turn the AC on. I'll turn the AC on here in a second. Okay. So we're obviously playing for Ethan and I to elongate the fight, let you and Vic get a lot of picks in. Uh, I don't know if I like the Hanzo with this, to be honest.
What do you want to run?
Honestly, as weird as it sounds, Torb, I think, or May.
Why Torn?
For the extra frontline capabilities. And if they push hard, then we have a turret like at an off angle that they can't get in. Because, like, if ignoring what they have, I would say our comp would be weakest to rush down. Like, I know Ryan wasn't available, but you could still do Lucio and still play pretty aggressive like we did on Busan. So that's what our would be the comp would be weakest to right here. And I feel like it's just putting like with the Farah and the Hanzo, it's just putting a lot of pressure on both of you, as opposed to if we ran like Torb or May or I mean honestly even Reaper in that it takes a little bit of pressure off of the Farah or Hanzo that like you guys have to do something. Like if you guys don't get damage and picks in, then we're gonna get run over type of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We usually just don't run fair on defense, but alright, so but they got what they got, and so obviously we're gonna win the poke war. We just have to make sure we're spotting out to Sama, which I don't think we do, and I think someone dies here. So I'm at 50 seconds. Where are you at?
I am going to 50 seconds.
Okay.
Alright, I'm at 50 seconds.
Okay.
Half speed, I'm assuming.
Uh, I'm just gonna go first normal speed here for a second.
Okay.
Alright,
Let me know.
3, 2, 1, go. Because I mean, right here is just a lot of poking. We're rotating shields, looking for the Sombra, kind of. Like, no one's doing anything, so I get her pause. Alright, so now let's go at half speed. So I'm the one who gets hacked, yeah. I get hacked here.
Good lamp from game to keep you out.
Let's see, let me maneuver. Okay, so I'm gonna hit it in 3, 2, 1, go. Yep. Okay, so we spam out their Orisa. We get the Summon back off. Like you said, good lamp. Like that's what our lamps should be. They shouldn't be reactionary and like late. We got to make sure they're like if that one was any later, then I might have died. Maybe. We're good. We spam out the Sombra because our translocator was right next to you guys, so we made her move it. So back to their side. And now we're just poking again. I rocked a little bit early for the bull. And we spam out the Sombra again. She can't even get to the choke.
That's what we need to be doing. And we're burning down their shields over and over again.
Yeah.
We need to make sure if Sigma's shielding, we're shooting at it 100% of the time, because he can't regenerate it that fast.
I know we get a really good wasn't there? Maybe it was a... I feel like we got a really good long distance combo. But maybe not. I don't know. Alright, so we're just spamming. Alright, so Sama's gonna come into the back line and decloak now. Seneth gets away, right? Yeah, so Seneth gets away, we're fine. She translocates. Okay, so let's pause it right here real quick. So she translocates in the hotel, and I think I call it out.
I called it out and you ran in there.
Okay, so yeah, I knew someone called it out. Fucking trying to take credit. And then so we got their pharmacy coming in, and their tanks are kind of back. So I think do we lose? I don't think we lose this fight.
I don't think so either. I think I killed a Pharah here.
I know you got one direct on her, so it's kind of... And really this far ahead, Ging, you have a really good angle on her. And you have lamp down. So, you know, take advantage of that time to kind of...
They went off this window, don't they?
I don't remember. So, we should...
Make sure with your shield square, if you're going to shield for the window, push it up right in front of the window. So they can't get the double damage on your shield.
Yeah. Well, we're not there yet, so... Stop fucking criticizing me.
We're there on my screen.
Oh. Window has not dropped. Wait, what? I'm at 146. What's your timestamp?
I'm at 2... What the hell? I'm at 226. Where are you?
I'm at 146.
I'm at half speed. Are you at a quarter speed?
No, I'm at 0.5.
Did you pause it at any point?
Yeah, I did pause it when you got to pick on the Orisa.
Yeah, and then we started it again after that. Right?
Yeah, and then I just paused it right now. How are you that far ahead of me?
Okay, I'm gonna go back to you, I guess. What did you say you're at?
146. Alright, well, clearly we win this fight, so...
Alright, I'm ready when you are.
Alright, well, we're just gonna hit play because there's no point in conjecture. We know we won this fight. Alright, we're gonna hit play and... Hold on. God. let's just hit play. 3, 2, 1, go. So Ethan comes in there with me for the Somber, so that's actually really good because we shouldn't have anyone in danger. So we use our barrage, and their Pharah ignores you and goes for Pokey.
And we were all grouped behind one single shield, she could have barraged us.
Does she have? Yeah, she had barraged. And then you get a good pick onto them here. Oh, they get that res off. So we're alright. I don't have a shield. Okay, there's my shield. Yeah, so I didn't push my shield up. I also shouldn't have a shield up because we have window, and they can't get to our window. So I shouldn't have been shielding there at all.
You meant lamp, right?
Lamp. I'm sorry. Yeah. We had lamp. So we shouldn't. I shouldn't have been using a shield there. I'm keeping this angle because that Somber literally just kept coming in the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, she was really bad. She just never changed anything up.
But she does hack me. So. Alright, we're kind of just like posturing in and out. And alright, so let's pause real quick. Let's take stock. So we get a pick on their Somber. They ult, or they use fair ult here, and we lose Ethan, and we win. Alright, and we get 2 with our barrage. So yeah, so that's good. We should always be, if our Pharahs aren't shooting their Pharahs when they're in the barrage, then we should be getting a better barrage off on our own. So unless she gets a 3k here, we should be fine, I think, don't you? Now she's in Valk though, so maybe something weird will happen.
We did an amazing job throwing it to Somber, by the way. Look at her roll charge.
Yeah.
And their tanks too, like they just literally couldn't walk in.
Also, the fact that you have, this is your second barrage and the first time that they've used theirs, like that's...
Yeah, I got 2 barrages in like a minute and 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Like a minute 50.
Which is... Now granted, like they got their lamp, or they got their window earlier because of, like, that's just how much extra damage they were taking, so...
We kitered it really well.
Yeah. So, but we do lose Ethan here. I think we should be okay, but we'll just keep going at half speed here. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so we do... Yeah. So right here, gang, like, you're doing your best to keep me up, obviously. But don't be afraid to shoot at the Pharah. Like, we have our Mercy. Like, I'm good to, like, super critical. But like, their Mercy wasn't with their Pharah, so don't be afraid to take a couple of shots at her. And by couple, I mean you can literally just pull the trigger once and it's 3 shots, so...
And it's when they swap Ash.
Yeah. So they're coming in with... They honestly should just be able to win off of EMP Flux and that. So we should be looking for a a pull Dragons. Maybe a Valk with that as well. Super quick.
I swim out the Sombra. Luckily.
Yeah. And we always too, like, keep in mind, like, getting 1 pick or even 2 will definitely is all we need out of an ult. You know, sometimes 1 is enough too, depending on who it's on. So, like here would have been, like we could have right now like as they were coming around would have been a good time, to hit their tanks as they were walking up, because I think you had an angle if they used window, for the dragons. So, alright, so we dragons here. It's a good dragons. We can't stop the res, so... Alright, so let's pause it here, real quick. So I know we have EMP, or we know they have EMP, so I know that's why Ging is playing back. Pokey against an Ashe? I'm not really maybe that's a better question for you. where his positioning is at. Like, he ulted from the low ground and now looks like he's going through hotel. I think staying on the high ground would have been better, I think.
Yeah, I would have left him less vulnerable to the Sombra. But I think he's just trying to take an angle behind your shield. Which I mean,
yeah.
I think it's fine. I don't think it's effective.
I know, I pushed out here, because I saw the Mercy and the Ashe left behind. And I think that's, as long as I don't get picked off, I'm okay with where I'm at, since they're split off. So I'm okay with that. Our pharmacy is just doing you're doing your thing. Ethan. So without knowing the comms, and like you just that's a fresh shield. I think we want Ethan to play towards phone booth here. Don't you think maybe? Or hotel, or I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, again, pushing up isn't a bad thing because we killed their Sigma.
Yeah.
And he's the main person that helps out their Orisa, and their Orisa is really split off, so Ethan's putting a lot of pressure on her into Baptiste right now.
Yeah. I feel like we lose this fight, and I think it's because Ethan and I both push up, but I feel like we're pushing up for two different things. So I feel like if we just made a concerted effort to push it up on the same thing, or if Pokey, because I don't think Pokey will get to me in time to get one of mine. So I just think that's basically what happens. That Ethan and I push up, but actually I think that is what happens. Ethan and I are pushed up, but neither Farah nor Hanzo or Baptiste are in a position to like help out.
Yeah.
You know, so I think, and then I think that's why we lose this. So, but let's just we can go ahead and right. So they still have EMP, and now they have. I am at 325.
Okay.
Are you there?
I'm a couple seconds ahead.
Okay. So alright, so we're gonna go ahead and hit play in 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, so I'm going up with the Ashe here. Ethan's fighting their Orisa. Pokey gets in a bad duel. They got the res off, and because I pushed up after they got the res, I died because that was way too. If I stayed where I was, it would have been okay, but I went way too far. I went way too far there. So, and then Ethan died.
I almost dodged that EMP. Fuck.
I was very close. The Zenith did though. Both of our supports did, which is good. But losing. Oh, you guys still aren't sharing. We should have collapsed on either. Ethan, I can't share and stream at the same time. That requires a crap ton of internet, and my sister's internet is good, not Pornhub good. not Pornhub servers good. Gank says we should have collapsed in either of the groups. Yeah, that was the problem there, is that we just didn't. Ethan went one way, I went the other way. I apparently thought I was not gonna lose a 3v or 2v1. So bad position on my part. And then, I think, like we said, neither DPS could support us there. We did good. We weren't pushing out here. I know I pushed up on the high ground just to make sure we can, since we have time. I'm not aware of that measurement, but that's fair. Like, if you're looking for IT work, and you don't want to let me pause real quick. Pause it. If you're in IT work and you don't want to deal with shitty equipment, seriously, go work for a porn website company, and you get the best shit ever, because that's their business. You know, they have to have good IT stuff. It's kind of funny. What? So here, I'm taking the high ground here, so we got to make sure we're doing this too. Like, when we're regrouping, if we have that extra time, just to walk up some stairs or whatever. But coming in here, we have Flux Window, Barrage, about to have Supercharger. They have Supercharger. No, I'm sorry, they have Flux. I'm about to have Bob, and I don't know. They have shit. We have shit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize they were split like that because I said, yeah, no, you were fine there, gang. Um, the honestly, the big problem is how far I pushed up. Like Ethan pushed up, and like both of us were looking at different stuff, but Ethan didn't die because of where he was. I died because I pushed up. So that was actually the bigger issue, as opposed to us shooting at different things, which is not great. But me going to where I wasn't dying was the bad play. Why we lost it. And Pokey didn't hit headshots, so you know, fucking shitter. All right, so let's just go ahead and hit play here. So I'm taking the high ground. Ethan's we're spamming for the Sombra, which is good. We actually do find her somehow. So here we're coming in. And right here, so let's go ahead and pause it real quick. So one thing we should be doing, and I know I do this a lot, especially on Eichenwald, because defense I really like contesting the if before the doors open if possible. But so we spam out to Sombra so that we know where she was, and we should have eyes on. We have eyes on 3 of their players at this corner, and there's one on the payload. You know, which we can't see who's on the payload, but we can see that there is one person. There were 2 a second ago with that Mercy. So we can be. I don't think we're not in position to be aggressive with that right here. But something that we can do and we have done, and just to keep in mind, is that if we have an account of where everyone is, so we have an account on the Sombra, and we have a count of 1 person on the payload. So this group is a 3v6 or at most a 4v6. Now, granted, the Baptiste will be able to get to them relatively soon, but if all of us were where Ethan is or where I am, then we could be aggressive onto them, and they'd be at a disadvantage. So. We should always be using every information that we can get. So paying attention to where, like, how many numbers are on the payload and who we can see is a good tool for us to have. So, but let's keep rolling here in 3, 2, 1, go. So Ethan dies here. Maybe just Ging, you weren't able to see him quite yet. I know I wasn't with him, but I really like that off angle, and maybe this is. So I should pause it before we get too far. And this is, I think, something me and Ethan have to communicate, or I should say our main tank and off tank have to communicate, is when is the off tank supporting the main tank and when is the off tank looking for a different angle. So that should be something we'll have to communicate. I don't really like that lamp because we had shield and I think we were okay with the shield and that resing that. But we'll continue to roll now that I got that out of the way. So 3, 2, 1, go. So okay. So we res and then immediately pull into a barrage. Our Mercy's got to make sure we're with our Pharaohs when we're barrage, and then we get a pick on their Ash. And then we go for the slam. I don't think we needed that supercharger. Actually, let me pause it right there. So I don't think we needed the supercharger. I'm not upset about it because I think it was a split second. But I don't think we needed it. But what I am upset about is that Ethan, you literally just put it out in the open again. Like, this is really important. Like, if you have to shift this supercharger over, what do you think that is, to the corner? Like half a meter?
Maybe
yeah.
a full meter.
Like you could have probably stood where you were and just turned 90 and then plop it in there. Like, I don't even think you had to move.
If you left right there, you would have put it behind the corner.
Yeah. And now we do lose. Like, in this specific instance, we would lose line of sight if we pushed up past the payload. But let's assume, like, we're in the middle of a fight and this is happening, or, like, the fight is ongoing. Like, keeping it alive right here and, like, maybe losing, like, even if we lose, like, half of the line of sight comparatively, keeping it alive is just so much better, I think. And if you disagree with something I say, please make sure you say something. But and I think that's just the habit of that we're using supercharger, boom. When it should be, all right, we're gonna use supercharger. Where are we gonna put it? And then you put it. You know, I think it's just one of those things we gotta take stock of. So, all right. So, but let's roll it in 3, 2, 1, go. So, but we do end up using 3 ultimates, which isn't great, obviously. I won't get on. I'll just listen and do homework at the same time. Obviously 3 ults isn't great, but like we always say, it's better to use 3 and win than to use 2 and lose. So.
King and then smacks the Sombra and Sewer.
Yeah. So I know we call out the Sombra, and then Ging goes in there to deal with her.
I made my way over to help him out as best as I could.
I know Ging wins, but I'm pretty sure he wins it very close.
He's half health.
Yeah. And he didn't use Lamp either, so... We probably could have pushed in to help him just to finish it off quicker, but...
I mean, I would have, but I was coming back from spawn, so...
Yeah, no, I think it should have... Well, I was already at the other side, so I should have just pushed in there, I think. But, I mean, Ging shouldn't lose that 1v1, and he didn't, so that's good as well. So here, we go in with our window, which I like that window.
Yeah, it's really good, especially considering they have EMP.
Well, this is one of those... Hold on, let me rewind it 1 second, hold on.
Okay. Let me know what time save you're in.
Where is the payload? Payload. Alright, so go ahead. Alright, so Paul, so I'm at 529. It's like 10 seconds back, but you know, of course, there is no like, I want to just rewind it. You have to fucking go 20 seconds.
Yeah, imagine letting us use our touchpad. Ooh.
Oh, God, that'd be so nice to just like rub it right to go rub it left. Rub it real good.
Oh, we watched the Brooklyn episode of it.
Oh, okay. Pause from the VOD. This literally just probably a me thing, but like I'm so over TV shows and movies of the babies not being born in hospitals. Like it's so overplayed. Like it completely lost its effect, at least for me. Like as soon as that episode started happening, I was like, she's gonna have
she's having the baby in the precinct.
Yep. They're like, oh, the hospital. I was like, nope, she's having the baby in the precinct. She's gonna have the baby, and then she did it. And I was like I've been there with Liam. Like you're in the hospital, and that shit was still like nerve wracking, and you know shit happens, and you're telling me like I'm just so over like babies not being born in the hospitals.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
But the captain and fucking Terry were so...
That shit was so funny.
God. That was the best ever. I was not ready for that part. That was too good. Oh my god. But anyway. It fucking... What's the name? Hitchcock and Scully. Like, oh wow, they have an emergency plan? Oh, nope, they're just gonna eat all the food. Oh man, that shit was good. Okay, back to the VOD. So, this is about to be one of those instances where we take advantage and, I mean, are we considered a spawn camping team? I think we are. Maybe we're not. Maybe we don't do it enough to make it. I don't know.
But we do it every once in a while.
Yeah.
Enough to benefit us.
Yeah. So this is a. I want to make sure the VODs aren't always just bad stuff. But here, I know what's about to happen because obviously we rewound it. But like we identify, and I'm pretty sure this was me that called this. But we identify that we have a couple of them pushed up, and we know we just got the kill on the Sombra. So it's a 5v6 at a bare minimum, and then you take into account where their positioning is. If we can punish it, we have to take advantage of that, which we do here, and. You know, being able to see, like, they have 6 ult... Well, 5, but they're at 70%. They're almost about to have 6 ultimates, and we have 1, about to have 3, and so clearly that's a huge ult disadvantage. And like one of those things that one of those you have to be able to flip that if you can. And so it's either make them burn more ultimates than they want to, or win a fight with your one thing or two things, and then you can go off of that. So that's what we do here. Is I know we win this fight off of just what we had. So we're gonna go ahead and hit play in 3, 2, 1, go. So now, yeah, so Ethan and I are pushing up here, and DPS, you guys are a little bit further behind us, but it was kind of a really last second, so you guys have to push up. That's a really good boop, by the way, right there. Good shot and a good boop. So good shot by Pokey, good boop by the Pharah, and they should have just, like, they needed to be running away.
Yeah, they were trying to LOS the fucking window by standing still.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one thing we should do. Tanks, especially. But when we're resetting, we should not be using our shields. We should not be healing. We should not be trying to use our cooldowns to like dodge bullets and stuff. Like we put in as much damage as we can, but we can't be using anything to sustain or whatnot. So, so the good thing is we did win that fight with only windows. The bad thing is that it wasn't a long fight, so we still don't have a ton of ultimates to work with. But so we have pool, we have dragons, and we have mercy ult. So I definitely want to pull dragons before they can get in, but they go in with theirs first, and Pokey gets burned, and I think it's just that's kind of it off of that.
Yeah. Why were you flanking?
Let's find out. Let's hit the rewind button. It's rewind time.
Like this makes no sense to me.
The question isn't why I was flanking. The question is why weren't you there with me?
I think.
Oh, I went too far. God.
I think we figured out that the Sombra was going left. But you just be with our team. Especially, you could have rocked out the Sigma Vault. I think you're looking for the Sombra.
When do I rotate left? Right.
I'm at 612 right now.
Okay. So right at 6, I go to I start moving to the left.
Yeah, I think I remember calling the Sombra was going to flank there. And I think you were moving over to
so I hit... Yeah, so you said you were at 612?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get there. Alright. And then I'll explain what I saw. So if you did call out, if you called out the left, so I went 2 shots in there to go for the Sombra, and then they ulted, and then I didn't move back to the team immediately. I kind of went towards the sewers, like 2 steps, which was 2 steps enough to put me in the middle of, and then I got hacked, obviously, but that put me to where I was there.
Blood hacks, by the way. Kind of how you just, like, if you're getting hacked...
Where is the Sombra?
She was playing, like, right behind Kurt, basically. But, like, kind of how you use, what's it called? Spam from D.Va. Like, if you see that someone's hacking you from behind, you just 180 and start shooting. You can do the same thing with Sigma Shield. Just, like, if you know you're getting hacked from behind, you can just 180 and drop a shield.
Yeah.
But, like, even if you're scouting for that Sombra on the left, I don't think you should have been all the way in left. You should just be at the corner by bookstore spamming into the left, because you have the AoE, so that if she's moving left, odds are she's gonna get hit.
Yeah. I should be playing more towards like the main.
Senna split off.
If I think she slid off of the roof when she was with you. Which, yeah. So our mercies, obviously, you can't be doing that. If for whatever reason one of us gets caught out, like where I was over here, like I mean, obviously like pushing back towards the team is an option. Obviously, it's not always an option though, because if it's late like me, then you're gonna get caught out or whatever. So I mean, if we're on the payload, that's one thing to stall. So you know, I'm thinking of like, how do we make this bad situation at least meh? Um, if we're also a halfway fast hero, you know, so like almost anyone but Sigma who could just walk, like we probably could have just kept coming back towards sewer. It's a possibility as well. With the Sombra, it's obviously a lot more risky because she can scout you without you knowing it, but it's a possibility. But it was one of those things where I got caught out left, and then I took an extra step, and then changed my mind, and so it made it even worse. So we definitely lose this fight. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and. Are you at 612? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and play in 3, 2, 1. So I die on point. We should be make sure like we're backing up. So Ethan, you just run forward, which that's
That
fine.
buys us enough time to back out.
Yeah, I don't think I think you might have actually been able to get out, but
I don't think so.
it would have been dicey. But
Because he'd just used Fortify to get out of the flux. So
okay. I didn't know
5
yet.
seconds on cooldown.
Yeah, so maybe, but not worth it. So good reset. So we should just literally always assume that the hit scan's gonna be on above subway, right here. Like I mean, I feel like that's a really safe assumption. Either they or they might be in the boiler, maybe. But I would put, if I was betting, I'd put money on subway. So we have. Alright, so let's see. So we have pool dragons here. So we go with we go with our dragons, and so let's pause. Oh my!
That was a
EMP.
badass EMP.
Do you see how far Zenith is though?
Holy shit! Yeah.
They're like, oh come.
She's so far.
Get out of here.
Hell?
Get out of here. That EMP shouldn't. I mean, it still would have been a 5-man, but like, get out of here. Get out of here with that bullshit. That is just crap. So I'm just gonna assume this fight because we're gonna lose because we just got a 6-man EMP'd. Random thought: we could be using our dragons too when we're going in for a recontest. We could walk, or we should be making sure we're walking forwards. Actually, I shouldn't say we should be, but we can be using like walking in the dragons, so we're harder to see. I mean, it's also harder for us to see, but we're not going to get damaged by them, so something to think about. Everyone pick blue skins or red. Everyone pick red skins from now on, so we can blend in with the dragons.
What if their colors are set to yellow?
I will message the captain and be like, do any of you have colorblind settings on? And then I will say that we are a diamond, and therefore everybody has colorblind settings. Alright. Yeah.
Kennedy said, "Tell Coriander I said thank you, spicy boy."
You know what? What's her favorite Pokemon?
I'll ask her.
Because I want to do a Pokemon terrarium for me, and so maybe I'll let her be the guinea pig, but I'll be like, oh, I made this for your present, just for you. All right, so back to the VOD. There's actually, I know we have to lose this because they go 3. So I mean, they got a 6-man EMP. I don't think there's much else to say about that. The only way I see us being able to turn this is if Ethan can get to point on the right side to break LOS of the window, and we pump every single healing resource we have into him, and all of us kind of just have to hide until our EMP wears off. So I don't think we get that chance though. So I am at 649.
Yes, sir.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. So Ethan backs off, and then come books back on, and then we're back on, and we actually survived the EMP. We shouldn't have survived that EMP.
I get caught out of my own.
Yeah.
That jump jet.
If you play, so we can pause it right here, real quick. So
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, I should have sold off Pharah because this right here at the very
is
end
a
of second
bad.
point is impossible to play Pharah on
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah. Like the only way is if we have that forward positioning. Like we already won the fight, you know. But like recontesting is really hard. Um, if our mercies, I would say as Farah, if you played safer here, and like honestly maybe play a ground Farah, or our mercies just have to make sure that they're with you. One of those two things, I think would be the options. But we do trade, and honestly, I would rather lose you than lose an Orisa.
Yeah.
So we trade, and we're putting supercharger down. I'm actually curious how we lose this fight now.
They got a
Actually, I
resume
bet you,
rather
I
than
bet you it's the
Orisa.
Ash. I bet you it's the Ash.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think we get to her, so that's what I'm gonna put money on. All right, so we're gonna
Yeah,
hit
because you
play.
get hacked. You get hacked up, and unless Vinny gets the one shot, that you're the only person that can contest her.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. So let's hit play here in 3, 2, 1. Oh, that the res is why, because now they have their supercharger. Okay. Yeah, so there's their supercharger, and I go in with my flux, but I only get the Sigma, the BAP
And the
as well.
Baptiste,
Yeah,
but
the BAP.
Bab's getting healed.
Yeah, both. Yeah. So yeah, it was the Orisa, and then they should just be able to sustain off of that because we're down one, and then yeah, okay. So if they didn't get that res off, then we would have been able. I don't see a way we could have stopped that res unless we went hyper aggressive into it.
Yeah, but we would have ended up inting.
Obviously, and then
I'm swapping off Fair here anyway.
yeah, but we get the res, but then we lose Ging, and then so we're down on mercy healing, and unless you and that, I'm sorry, unless our DPS I should say like goes just bonkers. Mostly the Hanzo with the one shot. We weren't gonna win that, so. Um, but yeah, we use our barrage because we're gonna swap it anyway. And I mean, we got a lot. Like if we look at the ult economy, like yeah, like yes, we lost the point, but from like the next fight standpoint, like they couldn't have gone any better for us, because they're now down to only their Sigma ult. They'll have window here in a second or two, but it couldn't have gone any better. And we swapped to basically rush down.
Yeah. This Ash on high ground is a huge problem.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think you should have swapped Diva.
Mhm. Alright, so here we're kind of posturing. So we go in. I use my shield. Good pull by them. And then a Zenith fades out. Okay. And we're going really aggressive.
We ended up winning this fight despite losing our main tank and main healer immediately.
Mhm.
Don't we?
Yeah.
I just chucked my turret in their backline while they're all looking at us.
Yeah, I don't know why the hell they didn't shoot a not very high health turret.
I knew they wouldn't though. That's why I threw it back there. I just had a feeling they wouldn't shoot it, and I was right.
So you know. And then
my next turret's way safer. Just saying.
Okay, then we get it. Okay, I was gonna say I thought we got the Ash there.
Yeah, she jumps off of that.
Alright, so now ult economy wise, we still have nothing, and they have window. But that's about it. Yeah, that's it.
But we did an almost entire roster swap, so it makes sense that we have nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
You and Ethan are almost there.
30 seconds
Mhm.
remaining.
So here, actually, I don't want to hold that corner. We can pause real quick. I don't want to hold that corner. If we win the fight like that, I want us to hold the front corner where the payload is now. Because it's just so much better. Because, like, if we're holding this corner and we can, how do I, like, we can get, like, 2 fights, kind of, in the stance, like, we get a fight as they're coming in and all of us, oh my god, something went wrong, we have to back up. And now we have another corner we can go to. And now, okay, now we can settle down and then figure out what we're going to do. But, like, here, like, there is this corner over here by the mini, but I kind of hate it. Not gonna lie. I really hate that corner. I don't know why. Just do. I know that's that weird spot that the stuff can fall through, too. You can fall through the map, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, so I especially, like, if we don't have, if there's no one up on that high ground, I think we should, I want us to get up to this corner. So,
Okay.
let's do that.
It's kind of uncomfortable with the payload there, but yeah.
Yeah, and I can see that. And that's one of the times where we could be like a I can't think of the word, but like a tentative hold. Like, kind of like not really commit to holding that corner, but just using it to our slight advantage. Like, cuz they're just standing there like waiting for respawns. And if we were holding that corner, they couldn't stand there. They would have to either be playing further back or have to be doing something active to stay there. So, ow. Yes, you are a person. And yes, you are pregnant. Alright. 1, 2, 3, go. That's all. Which I push up here, which is bad communication. But you guys pull me back, so that's good communication. But then I get pulled. But we get out, and now we kite away from it, which is good. Except your turret.
I mean, my turret was set up for if we had held that forward corner, so it makes sense that it goes down.
I mean, I don't know why your turret didn't just move. Like, why would it just stand there?
If we were holding that forward corner, it would have been a good turret.
I was saying, like, why didn't your turret? I was being an ass. Like, why wasn't your turret moving on its own accord? My thing was a little bit far forward for the pool, so I only got one in it. But I use it to take the high ground.
And then you can burst enemy to the way she supports.
Yep. Well, actually, it was that dynamite did like half the damage right there.
But we lost that fight because you didn't shield Ash at all. You need to make sure you're committing a shield to the Ash. Especially when we have such a high shield rate composition.
Oh, let me go back then. Let me.
Alright, back up.
I'll pause it. Where am I?
I'm gonna back up again because you're in flux for me. Just let me know when you're ready.
Yeah. I'll back it up again too. So I. So the Ash dynamites, and then I guess I just didn't. Oh, I see her there though. I guess I just didn't hear her or something. And then I miss. Oh, I should have been able to kill that Mercy. What's your timestamp?
I'm just waiting on you.
Okay, I don't know. Go to like 9:20, I guess.
Okay.
I know, so I mean, from my point of view, I didn't see the Ash go up there. I don't think any of us did, to be honest.
Yeah, we didn't realize the thing until the second person had died.
Yeah, so not my fault. Hashtag fake news.
Inject hand sanitizer.
I think that was one of. I think that's too like one of the reasons I want to hold up is that the Ash just can't walk up there as easy as well. So, are you at 920?
Corey, I am at 920.
All right, so 3, 2, 1, go.
Half speed, right?
Yeah. And we go to Farah for some reason.
I don't know why I went fair.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. I don't know why you went Farah either. Did we did we have Supercharger? I'm gonna rewind it. Hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna wait at 9:31 for you.
9:31.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Okay. So even though Ethan, you are obviously the better Hammond player than I am, I don't want to lose Supercharger for you to swap to Hammond to contest right there. God damn it! I hate this. I hate these fucking controls. I'm back. I'm back at that fucking beginning.
I mean, what did I say? 9:31? Yeah, 9:31. Waiting for you.
Where is the third point? Yeah. But right there, even though, like, if it's a really like tight contest, I would say going to the Hammond would be fine. But Vic was definitely out there in time. And he would probably normally be on a better stall hero than Farah.
I don't know what I was thinking.
So I would definitely rather keep, excuse me, especially because on this point, on third point, you're probably just gonna swing around the payload more than likely as Hammond. So I can do that.
Can you?
I can.
Are you sure?
I can. I'm very good at just swinging in a circle.
I
Actually,
seem to recall you and Volskaya saying, I can't swing around this point.
whatever for Skyer, for some reason, I cannot get the grapple on the middle. I don't know what it is. It just I can't get it.
It's a weird angle. It's a weird angle.
There was so let me finish this thought. What's your timestamp said? 30, right? Okay. So we can go half speed. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So definitely keep the supercharger here. I think that would have just been so much better. Ascendant, we should have been using our coalescence like almost ASAP. Just like keeping it, kind of saving it like that isn't gonna do much with it. Yeah. So from there, I would say Ethan should have stayed Orisa, and then we would have had Supercharger. We don't go Farah, and we ult our Moria ult's a little bit faster there.
Fast forwarding to the next turn.
Yeah. I had a game the other day. I was playing DPS on Lijiang, and it was Garden, so the one with the bridges and the circle point.
Mm-hmm.
That point, it did not unlock for fucking 2 goddamn minutes.
Did not get capped, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I meant. It did not get capped for 2 fucking minutes. Because they were running dive and we were running dive, and therefore those spinning Hammonds did not die. Like, and it wasn't like a doofus die.
When you're at the beginning, because that's something to say.
I just got here. But yeah, it was like Genji Tracer dive. So that ball did not, neither of them died. It was the most obnoxious thing. Okay, but let's make this fast, so go ahead.
Okay, so this is why this is why I've gotten into the habit of, if you're gonna wall something as me, you wall early. So like, if any ability that makes noise, if you're gonna do it at the like at the very beginning, you need to do it really early because the only reason we knew they had May right now was because I heard her set up her wall behind or right next to the choke, and
The
that
R1.
completely
Yeah.
yeah, because that's really loud and like abilities like that, like Exo Boots, like May Wall, just like Reaper TP, shit like that. We have to make sure that if we're using them, we have to use them when the enemy can't hear us, as opposed to standing as close to the spawners as we could be.
Mhm. Yeah. And we can also with that too, we can also like if there's heroes we don't really care if they hear us, like I feel like we really care if we were playing Orisa, like if they saw we were playing Orisa Sigma on defense.
Mm-hmm.
So like we could be like try and be obnoxiously loud if we want to cover something up like that too. You
Yeah,
know,
spamming voice lines, shooting a whole bunch, whatever it may be.
yeah. So, but yeah, that's good, especially because like that May could have prepped that from like the archway, and then you wouldn't have been able to hear it. So yeah, that's a good call. Also good call. We should just like never go out the front door. Just like just shouldn't. I mean, it doesn't do us any good, and yeah. All right, half speed. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. And we got our pharmacy. We're going with the. Now I actually do like the Hanzo Farah on attack. I would honestly prefer it be Hanzo McCree or Farah McCree, but I like this a lot better on attack than defense because we get to control where we want to go, a little bit more, and so our Hanzo can go where he wants to. We can go where we want to. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, and their May didn't get a good wall, or like they didn't get the wall of stroke here. We get a good kill. We get a good 2 kills, and that should be that. So Ethan dies. We gotta make sure, like, just because we get 2 picks, we can't just end.
WM1.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah. Um, if you would have just went to the right there, Ethan, we could have played like on the car. Would have been the smart play. And then here we just gotta make sure that I'm still alive. And I think Ging, I think you like turned your away from Ethan for like a split second, and that's why he died there. To be honest, so make sure. Okay, I would say we gotta make sure we're focusing good on the May, and then a little bit of a split there between the Orisa and Baptiste. So just try and call out one, pick one. At that point, it's a 6 or 2v6, so it's less picky. So, but the big thing was just when we got those 2 picks. I think their Orisa shield was still up, so we just played a little bit safer there. So we come into second with like what 5 minutes then. It's really rough.
Yeah.
I should be giving Pokey. I should be giving you a shield right here. There we go. I did. Yay. But they could have. They imagine Pokey dying because they shot his fucking toes. Oh my god, that would be fucking hilarious and tragic all at the same time. So Ethan pushes up here. I would like to push up, but be very, very, very careful. But I eat to make sure you get out, and I don't know what you're doing. That low to the ground and dying out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
So interesting. Unless maybe you like fell down by accident.
I think I just saw the Ash and I was just trying to dodge her with weird movement.
I mean, it was weird. I'll give it that. That was a good pull. Almost got him. If I would have rock ready, that would have been really good. My shield should have been down. There's no reason for it to be wasted. Right there. And then so right now we have 5. Well, they only have 2, almost 4. So it's about to be a hella old fight, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
we're kind of just messing around. They're waiting for the May wall. Okay, that's a nice pick. They just didn't May wall, I guess, which is weird. Good dragons. I like the positioning. Like it if it didn't get a pick, it would split them off. So
Yeah,
we
split
get
them off and put made them group up from the barrage.
yep.
That's really well done.
We barrage. We get 3, and then that's just kind of it. Yeah, unfortunate we couldn't keep the May away. That would have been pretty dope stall. But we only have 2 CC abilities, like that can actually move people, so. Alright, so now they're coming up on 4. Bob would be 5, and we have 3 coming up on 4 with the Sigult. But we have, actually, no. So, excuse me. What do we, what's our combo here? I like taking this high ground right here. This is a good spot too if we were to supercharger from up here. Unless they had like a fair or something. That's really early. Is it though?
It's
It's
not like the supercharger from yesterday
yeah.
because it's early, yes, but we have
Yeah.
LOS on them.
Yeah. So yeah, it is early, not
It's in a bad spot.
tragically earlier. Yeah.
Like you need to put it inside the boiler room, Ethan.
So yeah, and so Ethan dies to the freeze. We got. So let's pause real quick. So where Ethan died, instead of we were kind of playing far off, I think. So like Ethan, I don't think you needed to jump down. I think you could have just stayed up in boiler and like backed up to this other window. Cause I think like where we were positioned, the only person I think that was in danger was you, or was the Farah. But we have our Mercy on him, so I think Ethan, you could have stayed up in boiler. So we got to pick on their Baptiste, and they picked up. And then I go for the Sigil, and while I'm doing that, they get the res off. So this needs to be a gnarly Sigil,
Don't you get frozen out of it?
probably. Um, Obviously, in hindsight, because we can see that they have 4 ultimates, it would have been better to just let this fight go and keep that 1 ultimate in our back pocket. In the moment, though, I think we were just trying to invest to make sure we won since we used... Or we're about to use Baptiste ult, or is it already up? I think we're getting ready to use Baptiste ult. So we're investing all 4, so... In the moment, meh. In hindsight, not good. So I'm not really sure how we would do anything different besides just have godlike ult tracking. So we should lose this fight though. So I'm gonna go ahead and play in 3, 2, 1, go. And then I do get frozen, and then I die. Yes. But we do get a res, so it's back to a 5v6, and now it's back to a 6v4, and now it's back to a 5v4. But they have superchargers, so we should be backing up, and it looks like we are. Yep. Kind of. Pokey, you ran towards the wall, though. Alright, Pokey, that's your fault. Because, like, that was one of the things you walked, Pokey, you walked towards the wall, and that just 2 extra steps is why you died. Because the pool wouldn't have gotten you where it was if you wouldn't have taken those 2 steps, so. Everyone backs out. Ascena says, peace, all of y'all can die without me. And they swapped to Echo.
Yeah, I don't know what the point of the Echo swap was, honestly. It doesn't make any sense.
Echo OP.
But But that's not why we're here, so who cares?
Well, I told you the best way to counter Echo is just pick really characters with really shitty ultimates, and then boom, she has a really shitty ultimate now.
Soldier Kree, what now, pussy?
Uh, or like Echo Soldier. With like what you gonna do? Copy Echo. All right, so we're kind of just posturing here, which is they're just kind of backing up. We're pushing in. Our pharmacy kind of loses sight of itself there for a second. I know we called out the Ash. We made the Ash move, which is good. I know we call out the Echo, but I feel like it took us way too long to react.
We
Or
called it
maybe
out late because her
so we did.
projectiles
Okay,
are so small and quiet. It's kind of hard to tell when she's
okay.
on the flank.
So maybe we didn't call it out late, or maybe we did a good thing, I guess. So get a pick on the Echo though. We lose our Mercy. They lose their Ash. They lose their whatever it's called. What did they lose?
They're
Orisa.
Orisa.
I don't like that window. We could have saved it. Do you put window in the same category as Moira ult, where you just get it so much?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
still, that one
Yeah,
should have
yeah.
saved.
Yeah, we could have saved the window, but it's just so it's not a negative. It's not a grab. I'm giving like a smiley face, by the way.
Yeah.
Can you see my
get
face
what you mean.
cam?
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah,
And then they swap on a double hit scan, so I say yeet to the
I
Pharaoh.
think in full like one-time speed that window might not. It probably would have looked better at normal speed. Like that's something we always got to keep in mind is when we're watching these VODs in half speed, or even quarter speed. That was a nice shot actually there too, like through that little gap.
I'm
Love that
pretty
little
sure
gap.
here we lose because of the Ash. 100%.
I think we kind of stall out and then we swap. So
Honestly, in the double hit scan, we really should consider swapping into dive. Because
we do.
what's double
We
hits?
still lose.
Yeah, I know, but like earlier.
So I mean, I don't like I shield off the Ash here and we make her move. They window and flux. They only got you in the flux. No, they got someone else too. And then I don't know what I'm doing. I was being greedy. Just because we have abilities that could keep us alive like that eat doesn't mean we should be greedy with them. I didn't die, but Pokey did. And we go for the.
Lady said mudkip, by the way.
Say what?
She said mudkip.
Oh, okay. I might be able to get a mudkip. Oh, almost got the soldier with the pull. Oh, almost got the soldier with the punch. The game of almost. And so now we have supercharger here. For the love of God, do not put it down in the middle of the open.
That's a fine.
I can live with that.
It has a payload LOS again.
Yeah,
So.
I can live with that one. That was good. We get a kill on their soldier,
Sigma was 1 fucking health.
and then we get a kill on the. Oh my God, his health bar just went up so fast though. Jesus.
That's a half speed too.
I know. My God. But so we're up, and then we get a kill at. How did we lose this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, we lose you. I go from my flux onto their Sigma.
You should have waited for the Mercy to go for the res.
Yeah, I shouldn't. Yeah. And then we don't even kill the Sigma. So that should actually be it right there. They get the res and we don't get anyone, and Ethan dies. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I really think we need to take time to learn how to play with Doomfist because Like I don't play with Orissa's enough as Doomfist to get the timing down for the pulls, so I end up fucking up on pulls a lot.
Yeah.
Like I need to practice playing Doomfist in a team environment, you know, not just
Yeah.
the team.
This would actually be a good opportunity Friday/Saturday when we get our scrim. Because our league match for this week would be over. So we could take the time to just do some
Like we
Doom
just
stuff.
dedicate a full scrim to Doomfist.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
depends on if they. It depends on what the other guys want. You know, we might have to meet halfway type of stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, Doomfist isn't banned, so.
Oh, he's banned. Alright, so now we swap. With a minute 40 left, I can live with that swap. We just don't do a good enough job to build up. If we swap, we really, especially if we're going to swap to the Genji, like, we've got to go all in on getting that blade up. Like, I know double shield is really hard, but we got to go, we have to get that blade going here. Which I know we don't, is basically why I'm saying that, so. I eat the rock because DM is so good, I caught it. Ethan goes for the jump, good. Like, okay, so we're clearing off the high ground here, which is fine. We're getting healed up. Remember, from dive, though, we don't all have to be right in the same spot. Ethan moves, though. Don't... So, let's pause it real quick. From an outsider's perspective, I thought the swap was really bad. Why did we go dive?
Who said that?
Ethan, nah. Is
I mean,
that lightning, Ethan? Or is that... I think...
I mean, we went dive because they have double hit scan, and dive kind of runs over double hit scan if we can play it effectively.
Mm-hmm.
But we kept
And...
diving their Orisa for some reason instead of their hit scan.
Well, let's not get too far ahead of. I know we do that eventually, but so let's focus on what's here real quick first, though. So, Ethan, I like this jump from our monkey to here, but then from that high ground you poke, like, what are you gonna do? Like, you're not gonna do anything. Like, you're not gonna one shot anyone. So just hold back, and like that's one thing we always. I feel like we just don't do enough dive, and so we always forget it. Like, you can't poke with dive. There is no poking. You know, maybe you're Genji, you know, or maybe you're Lucio or something. I'm not Yang. Okay, so this is DPS Ethan. Alright, so this is the shitty Ethan, so we don't have to listen to him. So I don't think we fully addressed the dive thing though. But for what here, I feel like we just don't play enough dive to get it. So we don't flip that switch from like brawl or double shield to dive. Where dive, like, we can't be poking and taking excess damage, especially when we're on like Lucio Mercy or like Zen Mercy. Like, you know, that's not a lot of healing. I mean, Lucio's underrated as a healer, but like there's still not a lot of objective healing. You know, so we really got to make sure that we're not taking this extra crazy poke damage. So but so Ethan, gutting up here is really good, and then you should just kind of you should have just hung in the back where you couldn't get like pulled and all that stuff. Um, so and then we should just back off because with dive, if you're down a person, there's just no way. But it snowballs and like we can't be getting Pokey in now. You know, he has to be able to do stuff, and without like tanks or stuff, he can't get in. Also, we shouldn't be afraid, like, since they gave us that little alleyway behind the mini, like, we can be using that too. Or, I mean, fuck, if we can be sitting behind the payload, I mean, if they're gonna give us that much space. So, just because we're on dive doesn't necessarily mean we have to take the high ground, is basically what I'm saying. Ethan also says we only won with me, to be fair. LOL. Yeah, well, a broken clock is right time 2 times a day, so you still suck.
Damn,
I'm
dude, got him.
I'm kidding. This was all a debate by me to show that we should never play Genji. Because the only map we lost was when we put Genji in, so. Alright, so let's see. We should be backing off though, so I'm gonna hit play in 3, 2, 1. But again, because we lost our Winston, now Pokey's just not gonna be able to get any damage in here. I was right 3 times that day, so I'm only partially broken. Again, we shouldn't be poking Pokey, and then Ascendant and I should have backed out.
60 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know why y'all stayed up here at all.
I stayed up here because I was greedy.
And I think we should have stayed on the Winston instead of the ball here, honestly.
You think so?
Yeah, to split off the Baptiste heals from the DPS.
Make sure you're behind me, Ascendant. I couldn't really tell if you were or not, but... And then I reset there, because I didn't think I was going to get out, but... I was playing very greedy. I was playing very greedy. Because I thought I could 1v1, so... I can't answer for Ascendant, but that's why I was up there.
I mean, she stayed up there because you stayed up there, probably.
Probably. That's a good assumption. Yeah, probably should have stayed on the Winston. I think I called to the. I think. Was it me?
30 seconds.
Okay. Well, then obviously Ball is the much better pick here. Oh man, I missed my DM. I was gonna catch that rock again for you, but I was like, nah, Doofus is good. You having to use your ult there though is really shitty.
Yeah. And I didn't really have a good angle to go from.
So now, so they use Supercharger and Windows, so we better be, like, yeeting the fuck out of there. Not much Pokey can do. Wait, where's their soldier? Pause it?
He's in the middle of their team. Literally between his Baptiste and Mercy and Sigma.
How the fuck did our... I don't watch from his point of view. How did our Mercy and Lucio get caught out by that?
30 seconds remaining.
We also swapped the dive way too late. Especially if we're going to be running Genji dive. If you're planning on running Genji, it has to be an early swap.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so our supports died there because they were literally one shot. So, like, the tag visor hit him with one bullet and they both died. A minute 40 is a little. I say 2 minutes is what I say. You should be able to build your ult. Now, it doesn't mean you always build your ult, but you should be able to build up the ults that you want in 2 minutes. That's what I always go off of. So a minute 40 is late, but it's not like 30 seconds late. You know, 30 seconds to go late type of stuff. So I do agree it is late.
It might as well have been 30 seconds late because we don't have any ultimates. The only ults we have are the ones we already had. We started building before we stopped dive.
Yeah,
So
I mean we're half.
It doesn't matter if it was 10 seconds before the game ended or a minute 40. The fact that we don't have ults just screwed us really hard.
Yeah, I mean a minute 40 though, you can build up an ult in a minute 40. You ain't building up an ult in 10 seconds, unless you're Reinhardt swinging in a graph.
Yeah, well, I'm saying in this situation we should have solved the dive faster, or we should have just hit dual shield.
Yeah, well, it's really hard, like, you know, to time that stuff because a lot of it depends on when the fight ends. So it's really like I know we've done it on 2CP, like on first points where we're like, all right, a minute and a half, like a minute in, we should be halfway to our ults. And at like a minute 45, we should be figuring out how to win a fight with our ultimates. And if we don't have them at that point, then we need to swap off to give us that little bit extra cushion. You know, but 2CP on point A is easier because you can plan it a lot more. So I think here it just depends on when the fight ends. But yeah, ideally 2 minutes is what I aim for. So yes, it was late. The tack visor sucks. I know Pokey went in for the dive, and then our doofus is like, I will save everybody, and is diving the ash by himself.
I think Ethan called to dive on the ash, and I said, yeah,
Yeah.
and I went in.
I think so too, and then Pokey got rocked in the face, and then died. I don't think you can dash through that rock, so. Alright, but obviously I know I touch, and so let's see where the fight goes from here. So 3, 2, 1, go. But what we should be looking for, Ethan dies as well, and you die. So it's okay. So it's just me left alive. I don't know why they didn't check the mega. Like, where the fuck else would I be? Like, they literally just didn't even bother checking, so I just walked on the point right here. Like, okay. And then, I don't know, I was so confused, I was like, wait, where's the Sigma ult? I don't want to be caught and not get touched on the payload. That shit was like on the end of the point, like, what is he doing? So, but anyway, so what we're playing for here is, Mines is about all we have a chance of getting to. But we do pop Valk, and so here we're on dive. We gotta be focusing a squishy. Like, we start focusing the Orisa, which is bad. I don't know how Ging didn't die right there. Yeah, so we're spending all of that to get the Orisa, and we keep getting her low, but we just can't finish
But it's
her.
Orisa, like,
Yeah.
and it's a really bad habit Ethan has. Like, and like I know it's hard to call stuff when all you see is a tank in front of you. But if we're and like that's perfectly fine if we're running Death Ball, if we're running a bunker, calling their main tank. But if you're running dive, you have to dive their backline. It is not you're not gonna win diving their front line ever because that's not what dive is meant for.
Yeah. We actually do get mines, but their Baptiste has just got too good of a spot. We can't do anything, so one thing I think that'll help Ethan, because a lot of the times we, like the way, a lot of the times we say that, Ethan is the main shot caller because of, especially on Reinhardt, like what's he swinging at is what matters. But all we should keep in mind, and with what you say, is that keep in mind what you see isn't always right. So maybe we come up with a word where Ethan can just like say, I don't have eyes on anyone. Do you want me to turn the AC on? Well, I mean, okay. Okay. Come up with like a quick word or something, or a phrase. Not a phrase. It needs to be something like one syllable, so that he can just communicate that he can't see anything besides a tank. That's not good for us to dive on. In that case, like someone else speaks up and see what they can see and what they're shooting at. Because like you said,
with dive, I mean we can't be afraid to just literally dive past their team.
mm-hmm.
Like literally just clearing their front line is not a bad thing because we'll end up finding the back line. If nothing else, we can dive toward we need to be diving towards a position with cover regardless. But if we just literally chuck ourselves completely past the front line, then we can literally just jump into cover, and we can decide where to go from there. They'll probably be straggling to try and back up to group up, and that's when we can find a pick off onto their backline, especially with a team like that one that was playing so spread. Because their Ash was here, their Baptiste was 50 meters away, their Soldier was taking a different angle as well, and then their front line was just like the Orisa Sigma core. We can literally just jump past the Orisa Sigma and try and find whoever split off between those two.
Mm-hmm.
Or those three, I mean.
Yeah, words and stuff. Just kidding. Yeah. This week. So I don't think tomorrow would be a good spot, but like after Thursday, I think any scrims that we can commit to like running like dive slash doomfisty type of things. Actually, Arissa's banned, isn't she, for next week?
Yes, sir.
Wait, I can just look. I'm on the fucking main screen.
What
No,
are
it's
you? What do you
ball.
think we're gonna be
I'm sorry,
running?
it's
Versus
ball.
band this week, isn't she?
Yeah. So, but
Or somewhere.
Echo Tracer.
Like a tracer.
Yeah. So next, so after Thursday, after our league match, we can run just Doomfisty slash dive stuff. To really just
What are we
kind
looking to run tomorrow and first Thursday?
of what our maps are. But do we want to do anything else, or should I end the stream?
Your call.
Well, I mean, I don't have anything else to do unless you had anything else to say. That's what I mean.
That's why I said your call.
Okay. Information. So, nope, not information.